yo, how are y'all doing?
What's
Welcome,
up?
fans. Welcome, everybody,
Absolutely.
to the greatest show within the franchise network, the firebrand, the raw of this shit.
Absolutely.
Franchise Thursday night justified. And of course, we have an amazing show for everybody tonight. We got Roman Reigns, we got Seth Rollins, we got Brock Lesnar, we got SummerSlam. We even got more than that. We even also got something for you
A-
AEW fans out there. Uh,
Absolutely.
today,
Absolutely.
today we got an interesting roster and cast of people. We're gonna be switching it up a little bit. We're gonna have a couple people pop up in and out the show. Do something a little bit different. Give you guys a chance to love some people, right? First off, we got Jordan Switchblade. You know what I mean? He rocking the new look. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? Going
man.
going going from
Hey, hey,
Sammy to
hey,
Jay
hey,
White. You
I
know what
had
I'm
to pull
saying?
up exactly. Hey, I had to pull up with a little bit of a different look. I got people to know the Sammy side, but like, hey, look, I gotta represent. Yeah, Jay White, a lot more of a clean cut. So I like that. I
Hey
like I like
man, we
that
like it.
nickname.
We like it, bro. I like the
I like
ponytail,
that
Jordan. Jordan made me
for
whip out my
sure, for sure.
ponytail with no lineup. I need one. Anyway, that's not neither here
Absolutely,
nor
man.
there. Neither here
For
nor
sure,
there.
absolutely.
Like I said, today we have a great show for you all. You know what I mean? Of course, we're gonna have a little bit of a reoccurring cast. We got some people coming back that maybe you haven't seen in a little while. And yeah, I guess today me and Jordan are gonna kind of be getting this show started for you all. Um,
Absolutely.
Let me hear your opening takes on if Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is an all-time feud. This has been kind of a feud that's gone on for some years now, with the whole Shield story, Dean Ambrose leaving, them being in this little yin yang
Yeah.
kind of situation. Seth Rollins always being the antithesis or the one to have the number on Roman in a way. How do you feel like the match at SummerSlam is gonna be? How is it gonna take place? Do you feel like the overall feud deserves its place in like the upper echelons of wrestling feuds? Your Joe Punks, just the upper
Absolutely.
echelon,
Yeah.
right? Your Austin Rocks,
For sure.
stuff like that. Let me hear your thoughts on it, Jordan.
Yeah. To be honest with you, when I think of an all-time feud, you think of a lot of things that Seth and Roman's feud like has. When you think of all-time feuds, you think of feuds of people that are connected through a lot, like a course of a decade or longer, through multiple different storylines. Like you brought up the Shield. Roman and Seth have been connected as top guys since that splintering of the Shield, and then the times that they faced each other have been very, very few times where they faced with mistakes, because that's part of being rivals in your era, is being pillars that other people have to go through to get to certain obstacles. And I think that that's why it's such an all-time feud, is because every time they do face, the stakes are that large that you can almost realize that these two are the two beacons of their era. You know what I mean? Where it's like basically like Seth is who a lot of people had to go through to get through to a lot of legacy. Roman had to help a lot of people build their legacy. But it's like then there's, like you said, with each other. I do think it's an all-time great feud, because I think that it reciprocates a lot of things that all-time great feuds have. It reciprocates them being very, very equal to each other in ways, but also having ways where they beat each other, where Roman is
It wouldn't be just
obviously
without technical difficulties. Anyway,
exactly. Yeah.
anyway,
Where
I got a question for you, Jordan. If
Go
you
ahead. Go
had
ahead.
to make if you had to make a comparison, right? Like any comparison,
Yeah.
something that comes to mind, what would you compare? What other wrestling food would you really compare Roman and Seth to? Like, where do you think it ranks? Kind of like, where does it compare to, right? Like in your mind, what's a feud that's very similar in the similar, so I can kind of get an understanding of like where you're putting this at. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Triple H and Batista,
Oh,
to be
okay.
completely honest with you.
In what
As you
way?
know, they were connected all the way until Batista's last match. Well, as you know, Evolution. Obviously, Triple H didn't come out in Evolution like Roman Reigns came out with the Shield, but there's a lot of similarities in that their big faction when they were younger, they both go back to. Their storyline breaks that faction up. It allows Batista to become world champion. They're very connected. As you remember, until that last match, Batista never lost to Triple H. Triple H never was able to defeat him. Same way Rollins has never lost to Roman when it counts. It's just, that's what I see. I see a lot of Triple H and Batista, where it's at the end of the
Okay.
day, they are both very, very similar and they're both very equal. But there's areas where they have the edge on each other, and they're meant to have that edge on each other. Will says
Okay,
Triple H
okay.
Batista clears. Probably, but I think they're both
Yeah.
in that same box. Like
Okay, you think they're in the same light? I don't think that's too
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Personally, if you want my opinions on it, I kind of give what I got
Obviously,
to
of
say
course.
about it. I think Roman and Seth are just in a small fish, a big ass pond. Like, like we're talking about all time greats, right? When you think about the greatest feuds of all time, I don't think I'm gonna be ever really be able to put Roman and Seth up there, in my personal opinion. I really don't believe Seth is really Roman's greatest rival, if we're being completely or not rival, feud. Feud's a better word to say, feud. Um, I believe deep down, when I think about like the Cena Rocks, the Flair Steamboats, the Kobashi Masawas, the Akiyama fucking Kawada, like just like when I think of the best feuds ever, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put Roman and Seth in that category. Like for me, if I was to like call something all time, think about, would you put Roman and Seth in like the top 75 feuds ever? Like I don't think I can do that. Like I don't think I can,
Easily. Oh, I think
like
that's way too. Yeah,
like
easily.
I don't believe Roman and
The,
Seth are
well,
in a well, that kind of goes
well, my
also to what do we think an all-time feud is? I think that's also something we
right,
have to
and that's
establish.
my point with that, Justice. I feel like when you say, "Oh, well, is it the top 75 feuds of all time?" Well, easily, because I understand it's easy to say that they haven't been through that much, obviously together, but like against each other, they haven't been through that much. However, when you think about the impactful moments that come from their rivalry, when you think about the pivot moments in the industry that come from their rivalry, when you think about the moments that it just this is the fact that is there, like when you say, oh, I don't think Seth is Roman's greatest rival, but who else in his era really from the start of when Roman became a top guy, they both became a top guy. Who else is he rivaling that's like front and center? You know what I mean? Like Brock Lesnar has his own rivals, where and you could say pretty much anybody else that rivals with Roman wasn't the rival in that way that I'm
I
speaking
will
of. You
say,
know?
when you do the whole,
Ooh,
Hey, the
look at
CEO
that!
appeared. CEO appeared. There we go.
Look
The
at
son
that!
Maurice makes his
CEO,
appearance
absolutely,
in his salmon fit line, cut up nice. You already know that
100%.
bitch
Yeah,
90
yeah,
degrees. Yes, sir. Hold on, hit the Shador for him one time. Pop the collar, man. Let him. There we go. All right.
absolutely,
Thank you
All
for the welcome. Thank you for the welcome.
100%.
right.
Okay, well he just disconnected on us. That's awesome. Um, your audio is messed up. Just come back on stage. When it comes to Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, I want to respond to you, Jordan, because I believe that you made some pretty some pretty good points when it comes to uh Reigns and Rollins and lifting them up.
I got a little jumbled up there at the
Uh
end, but yeah, go.
again, one more time for us, Just. One more time for us, Just. Um, but I don't know. I'm like really dead in the middle when it comes to Reigns Rollins. It almost seems like a Cena Orton
And
light,
that's fair.
where uh Cena Orton, what propels them is that they peak so high, uh, like in terms of how great they are. What knocks them down is they keep on going, and like it's to the
Right.
point where like Vince is like break case in case of emergency. Like you guys are the fallback. You guys are the if I don't have any ideas, I'm old. Cena Orton go do something, right? But
Yeah.
the issue is that Cena Orton just peak way better, and Cena and Orton are just, if I could just be honest, two better talents in my opinion. So they're able to make stuff just work and click a little bit better. Versus Reigns and Rollins, they haven't always been given the best food to eat, and on top of that being the case, Reigns has not always had it. Like in terms of like, same with Rollins, right? Like in terms of microphone ability, in terms of storytelling, like earlier on, like late 2010s ish, like these stories with Reigns and Rollins were kind of The matches are good, but the
I
stories
mean,
are
do we?
kind of
I mean,
eh.
yeah. I mean, I just feel like there's you know what I mean? I feel like there's not a moment that the story has actually failed or like fell on its face. There's times where Cena and Orton has just been, like you just said, thrown
Yeah,
together.
for sure.
Like, but I don't think
Absolutely.
you
There's
can really
no
say that
reason.
about Rollins and Roman.
I
Like,
hear
I
you.
don't like.
The issue is
Yeah,
that we're comparing something that lasted about 20 years to about like 10. We're about
yeah.
talking
That's why.
about
Like,
10.
that's why I compared it a little bit more to Triple H and Batista because
Fair,
it feels like
fair,
they
and that's
try
a
to
that's a
stay out of
fair.
each. That's what I'm saying. It feels like they try to stay out of each other's way, but when they get in each other's way, there's no denying that the fact that Roman's better than Rollins, but not until he comes up against Rollins, and even Rollins acknowledges that.
All right, so it wouldn't be just without technical difficulties, of course. This is like a
Exactly.
moniker at
Yes.
this point. Um, Laptop coming tomorrow. Yeah. Woo. Anyway, where we at in this comment? Just kind of catch me
You
Are
up
can
we
hear
real
it.
quick.
okay though? Are we okay technically?
Right now, yes, I hear you, sir. Yes, sir,
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
CEO, sir.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because we
You
do
look
have other
fat. You look
people coming
snazzy
up.
today. Do I still get my paycheck?
Nah,
Ah.
nah, but
Can we talk
but
about it? Like we can't.
continue.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right. Well. The conversation before we left, of course, Jordan gave us his thoughts and his opinions on the Roman and Seth thing. Maurice,
Yep.
let me hear a little bit of what you got to say. I don't know if you already kind of went through it, but kind of give me a little bit
He
of
did
what
a
you
little
said.
bit.
Well,
He
I
did.
did touch on some stuff. I really think that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as a feud, uh, a lot of the times it has not been up to expectations. I think we're talking about the all-time feuds when we're talking about the Cena Ortons, the Austin Rocks, the Cena Punks, the triple Shawn Michaels Takers even. Uh I just don't know if like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns has delivered to those levels, whether it be in ring performance, whether it be in storyline, whether it be in execution. Um, Even the stuff that does have like the tenures on it, that me and Jordan talked about, like your Cena Orton's, I still don't think Rollins Reigns peaks as high. So
And it's
when
no, you're right. It doesn't peak as
All
high.
right,
when this when
let me. First thing, Mr. Maurice, CEO, sir. The senator. I need you to get closer to that microphone. You're a little low for us. You know what
thank
I'm
you,
saying? Let the people
thank
hear
you,
your beautiful voice. Get
thank
loud
you,
for us.
thank you.
Yeah.
Um, second thing, of course. I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Like I told Jordan, I kind of think it's a situation where when I think of like what I think I said, what do we consider an all time feud? I think that's really the conversation, right?
Fair.
Can I get a little bit? I guess let's touch on that a little bit. What do we really consider an all time feud? Like, where is the cutoff at? Like, where
I
would y'all
think that
describe the
if you're
cutoff?
gonna call yourself an all-time great feud, you have to be 15 of the greatest feuds of all time.
15
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's fair.
for
Okay.
all
So
time?
Think
were
about
you
I
how
think
long
talking
that's a
about?
little.
think so with that being said, right? Think about
I don't
how
think that's
long
fair.
WWE has been in business, right?
But think
This
of
is not a 10-year-old company. This is decades old. So I think it's very fair to say if your feud is not falling into the debate of a top 15, top 10 feud ever, I feel like
Okay.
you're reaching as saying, you know what, it's an all time feud.
I believe
Right.
we can get. See. I can't personally. I cannot accept that knowing that there's millions of few. That's asking for
In
like not millions.
WWE,
But it's a situation where I truly believe if you're in that, maybe I really think you could push it to 20, even 30. Like we can really, I
Okay.
really truly
So
believe 20,
you
25. Like, cause really think of there's hundreds of like thousands of few. Like when you really look at it, like
okay, but no, in
I think
WWE,
that's
I
a
don't
little
think
much.
there's hundreds of thousands of
Right.
feuds that are better than Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. In WWE, right? Like, do I think they're better? Of course. But do I think like Reigns and Rollins is a feud that we're acting like defines a generation? Not really. Do I think
No,
it's a feud?
but well, I was gonna say when you're talking about what defines a great feud, I think that there's a
Sure.
couple factors, and I think Roman and Seth hit every box. That's my problem. It's like I
But
agree with you with saying that. Well, here's the boxes. Let me tell you.
yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
that in order to be a great, in order to be an all-time great feud, I feel like you have to be connected storyline wise and kayfabe character wise for a
They
long
are.
period of time.
They
They
are.
are. You have to be
Does it have to be a long
you
period of time?
yeah.
Really?
Because I don't think Punk and Drew, as good as a feud as it is, I don't think it's an all time great feud just because of how great it
So
was. Do
the
you know what I
feud
mean? I
has
think
to have.
Interesting.
Would you consider? Well, I mean, I guess that lasts for like what? Like what's a long time?
I'm about to say, what is a
Yeah,
long
I'd
like
say
what's
at
a
time?
long
least
time?
you at least have to be connected to each other for 2 years,
2 year
3 years,
minimum. 2 year
You
minimum.
two
think
year
like a two,
minimum.
3 year, 2, 3 year? That's
Two
long.
to between 2 and 3. Yeah, but then you could definitely be more because they're way more than 3 years. But it's like 2 to 3. You
Can
have to
I
be
can I can I
connected.
can I pose a question to you, Jordan?
Absolutely,
Do
always.
you think Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is a better feud than Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes?
Oh, ooh, actually, you don't. Yeah, I kind of do.
Let me. Okay, so here's what I will say. I
Kind of
believe
do.
that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns has more weight as a feud. I believe the Cody Rhodes and Roman feud is more impactful on WWE, but I believe Roman and Seth's feud is more impactful on their careers. Does that make
Wow.
sense?
I understand. I don't
Like,
know if I agree.
Mhm.
okay. Like, I believe
So can
Cody
I?
and
So
Roman's feud meant so much for the company. I believe Roman and Seth's
oh,
feud
we got
is
new
legacy
hoopers.
defining for them. You know, like
Hold
and
on, Jordan.
how,
Hold on,
like I said,
Jordan.
they've been connected since the Shield. They were connected even through Roman and Cody's feud.
Yeah.
They were connected.
Okay,
So
then
it's
let's give
like
a shout out.
yeah.
Wait, real quick, Jordan. Hold on, Jordan. We got somebody new up here.
Yes,
New roster
sir.
member making this a triple threat. Let's make a shout out to Mo
What
Rich,
up?
Big Mo.
Absolutely.
Let's get your opinion on what we're talking about real quick, and then we'll go back into what Jordan's saying. We're talking about Roman and Seth. Is it an all time feud? Is it a part of the upper echelons of feuds? Um, Me, Reese are kind of in the same boat now, to where like I don't really think I can give it that grandeur. Jordan is a little bit more for it. Let me hear your opinion on it, Mo.
I would say yes and no.
Okay, so a
Yes,
little bit 50
yes,
50.
yes. It is an all-time feud. It is this generation's greatest feud, biggest feud. There's no feud in this new generation of WWE that's bigger than Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I will say no because I was listening to Reese said about top 15 feuds of all time and yada yada yada, and yeah, it doesn't hit the top 15 feuds of all time. Um, so that's a knock against it. Another knock against it is the story. Like it's their whole 10 year, 15 year tenure is based upon something that happened in 2012, 2013. When did
Yeah, like
Seth Rollins hit them
14.
with
Regardless, it's been over 10
14.
years.
with the
14. Yeah,
chair?
14. But you're
And
right.
so that's the whole feud.
True.
Like
Yeah.
it's good. It's good to start a feud with that, but then it never like
You
elevated
don't think
into
it
anything
evolved
else.
or
Yeah,
elevated?
Well,
it's still like,
Okay.
oh, you were my brother. You were
this is
my
my.
brother. I trusted you. You turned your
I want to
back on
pose
me. Yeah,
this
yeah,
to you,
yeah, yeah.
Mo. I
Like
want to pose this to you.
it never went in. Like it could have got to a
Fair.
point where it's just
I'm sorry.
like
I interrupted. I'm sorry.
I'm just better than you. And coming from Seth Rollins' ass, like every time we fought, I basically got the one up on you every time. So I'm literally just better than you.
That's where we've
And
gotten.
I
Yeah.
think that could have elevated it a while back, but the chair shot and everything with them goes back to the chair. And it's just like the chair has died. It
Can
can't
I
carry this feud anymore.
can I pose a little bit of a response to that because I do kind of like because the biggest thing for me with Roman and Seth is the story, right? Like that's what I'm here for. That's what I like about them. Not really the fondest of the matches. I'm more of a story guy with those two, right? I don't think it's bad that they're telling the story of Seth is having a one up on Roman. I don't necessarily think that's bad because Roman is
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
be
for
the
sure.
featherweight.
Because in reality, Seth Rollins has been the thorn in the side of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has overcome every single person he's won up against except Seth Rollins.
And that
And
I don't think that's
he is flat out
necessarily
better,
a
but like
bad story to tell.
no, yeah.
Also, I think recreating moments like it's kind of in a weird way attempting to do long storytelling. When we make these callbacks to the chair shot and all that shit, they do that in almost every single feud. Randy Cena, we get callbacks to the original. Like we get it with Edge and Cena, Punk and Cena, Ray and like Ray Batista, Ray and Eddie. Like it's a situation where if you have a long feud, you're gonna make callbacks to the originals, right? Like that's the it
No, no,
happens. It
that's
happens
not
with
the
damn
same
near every
thing.
feud.
That's
Triple H and Shawn,
that's not
Triple
the
H and
same
Taker. They
thing.
make callbacks
What
to
do you mean?
originally
I
what
mean, yeah, it
started
is.
it.
Yes,
No,
it is,
I
Reed.
don't
that's
think
not the
that's like
same
I don't think
thing.
that's necessarily a bad thing because
That
No,
is the
within
same. It
every
is
sorry.
the same.
feud,
It's the
No,
same thing.
no, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
are
wait,
they not
it,
Roman.
just
it
making a callback to it? Like I
No,
don't
no.
think that's
but
The
bad.
issue is that, and
it's a
I
difference
think
between
Mo
a
was trying to touch
callback
on this a little
and
bit. It's not just a
this
callback.
happens every time they're
Yes, like
together.
it's
Every
always
time
the
every
soul.
time
It's
they
all.
have a physical segment together, Roman goes for the chair shot, or he goes to think about the chair shot, and then Seth gets up. He's is repetitive. It's every single time he gets
It
But
was
distracted
that's
by
because Seth's a
symbolic
changes.
when
snake. Roman is
it
literally
was
like
sent.
he
No,
Because
Seth
technically the
he
story
doesn't
isn't
trust
over.
Seth.
But the
It
story
no.
tells the
isn't
It
over.
story.
was
The
time out.
story
Time
isn't
out.
over.
Okay, Jordan. I hear that. Right. I hear that. I'm not arguing that the story isn't
Yeah,
over.
like
I'm
the last
saying
time it
this.
happened, Seth turned on him again and took
Oh,
his wise man and hit Roman in the back with
okay,
the
he
chair
didn't.
again. So it's like,
Okay,
why
time
wouldn't
out. Time
Roman?
out. Time out. Time out. Time
Okay.
out. One, he did not turn on him again. They were already at odds. Two,
No,
every
yeah, but I'm
single
saying
time.
he.
I hear you. He
But
betrayed him.
Rollins was the good
Not
guy
betray
going
him, but
in. Why
like
would he
he
use?
did something evil to him again, and he had the chair
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. But why? Yeah,
I'm
and
saying
Rollins
that
was the
like
good guy going into it.
when we're looking back at a Cena Orton, Austin Rock, a Cena Punk, it's not a callback to like Cena Punk in each of their feuds. They don't call back to the pipe bomb every single time. They don't go back in front of a table and not every single time. When they saw each other in 2000 when they saw each other in 2012, a year after the pipe bomb, they didn't call back to it. When they saw each other in 2013, they didn't call back to it.
They called
They only
back to
did
it in
that this year.
2013
In 2013, when did they call back to it?
when they faced before they faced at Raw. They in the promo they talked
Oh, in
about
the
it.
pro.
You know what?
Was there a long
Okay,
drawn out segment
hold on.
about it?
You know what? You know what?
No, but it's just
We're gonna because I see where
Which
this is
means like
gonna
it's the
go.
premises.
We're gonna be
Like
here all day.
I
Because
hear
you know
you.
yeah.
what?
I'm not gonna lie.
Let
Real
me
I
get this
quick.
agree.
let me
Like
get this off and I'm gonna shut up. Let me get this off and I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
My
oh, okay.
biggest issue with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins as a feud, and why I do not think it's as great as even a Cody Rhodes, Seth Roman Reigns as a feud, is because of the fact that it's the same thing every single time. On top of it spanning for a long time, I do not feel like you can go out here and call yourself an all-time great feud when the premise of every single not callback. It's not just a callback. It is the foundation of every single time you guys fight. At some point, characters have to develop. At some point, motivations have to change. And I'm sorry, but it just doesn't hit the criterias or the peaks that these other feuds do.
maybe it doesn't hit the
Uh,
peaks, but I think it hits the criterias. But like
you want to
we'll
know
agree to disagree there.
y'all want to know something? Since we're
We'll
talking
agree to
about
disagree there.
summer, since we're talking about SummerSlam feuds or whatever, like I think it's a great time. I seen something on Tuesday that I really liked that Steph did. I'm just gonna take over this whole show right and have my own little segment. I got my top 5 SummerSlam matches for you boys. Like I'm talking my all-time top five SummerSlam matches. You know,
All
we're gonna
right.
start from five, work our way up to one, of course. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about these as we go. You know, you can give me
Does
your
production
doo-doo
team have these
opinions at the
matches?
end. Say that one more time.
Does production have the matches?
Oh, y'all should have it. Yes. You should. If not, I could just say 'em. Hooper hoop.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. We'll contact them. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Start from the
Hooper
top.
Hooper hoop Hooper hoop. Okay.
Start from the top,
That's
fellas.
So
unreal.
I have five. It's really hard to kind of put all five of these in a ranking because, like, I love all these matches somewhat
We'll do
in
it.
an equal lighting.
Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta stand
Um,
on it.
but you know,
It's
I'm
like we'll
standing on
do it. I don't
all.
want no.
Number five,
Yeah.
I had to
Okay.
get a women's match. Bianca Becky. Bianca retains. Yes, Bianca Becky,
Oh,
2022.
Maurice and me both like.
Continue.
You
Yeah,
know,
No
talking about when
interruptions.
she
No
got,
interruptions. Start from the top.
talking
I'm
about when she
sorry.
got squashed.
I'm gonna shut my mic up.
that's the bottom. That's five. Bianca Becky, Bianca retains. I had to get a women's match. I don't think there's a better women's match at SummerSlam than that. Yeah, I believe that deserves top five for that right alone. Um, After that, it gets hard. It gets tricky. But for
Lost.
me, I'm going to go Shawn Michaels Triple H in 2002, the unsanctioned match. I really like the story there of Shawn Michaels and Triple H has always been one of my favorite duos as far as WWE goes, whether it's as a feud or as a team. I think this is one of their best matches that they ever end up having. I love Shawn's attire in the fit, seeing him in a different, gene, just seeing Shawn in a different environment. I think it's one of the more grittier matches that Shawn actually has. Yeah, I just love this match. I love the finish. I think it's a great match all in all. Yeah, I think it's one of the peak matches of SummerSlam. I think it's one of the great. I think it's one of Triple H's best matches as well. As a not just a shout out to Shawn. Triple H was doing his thing. Yeah. After that, this is where we start getting hard and pulling on strings. But for me, I'm
On.
gonna go Brett and Owen Hart, 1994. For me, it's the story. Those two guys, they put on great matches every time they in the ring together. I believe this match is personally what their second, yeah, like their second or third greatest match. Honestly, that was really, it's really nah. It's their second. It's their second because what the better one, the Mania match is very good, but the steel cage, I just like seeing it. It's Bret Hart in a completely different environment. It's Owen Hart. They're pushing the panel. We got the technical wrestling. They're always putting on a great match. I think their charisma is always amazing. It's good watching Owen Hart being the brother, like trying to overcome the brother. I like the aspect of their feud and rivalry just all together.
That's what it is.
Next, I don't know how people are gonna feel about this one. This one's just a personal favorite. Rey Mysterio and Eddie ladder match. That was in what year is that? Rey Mysterio Eddie ladder match. That's
2005.
2000 and
The
yeah,
the
2005.
custody of Dom.
The year I was
Yes, it's my
born.
favorite match of all. Second favorite match of all time.
Um, Personally, I think that story has weighed so much appeal. Like it has weight on Dominic today. It has weight on Ray and Eddie's story overall. Like that is probably their biggest, like, I mean, arguably their biggest feud. Honestly, I think it's really just one of the greatest ladder matches in my opinion. It's a situation where we got a great story, great match. Just everything was fully great when it came to that. Yeah.
Bring your puppy.
And for my last, like, this is a personal favor, and this is biased.
Wow.
Randy Orton's my guy, and I
Ooh.
was really looking. I was looking for a Randy match, and Captain Charisma,
You found
man,
it.
and Randy
Wow.
2011.
Dude.
I had to do it. It's Randy. It's the Viper. It's Captain Charisma. This is
Maurice.
arguably one of
I
Randy
knew it was
Orton's.
going to be on his list. I knew it was going to be on his list.
It's Randy. I can't, like, that's my goal. I got the steel cage. This is one of
Right.
Randy's best matches. Period. Like this is one of Randy's best feuds.
Yep.
Period. Arguably a better feud than I ain't gonna say him and Cena, but it is one of Randy's best feuds. I think the match culminated great. I think the match came together
Wow.
great. The feud all together was great. I'm also a very big Randy fan, so it's gonna be top five for me, and it just happens to be one for me. Yeah. Peak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing but peak. Nothing but peak. Nothing but
A
peak.
list none of us could have expected.
I'm gonna let you two go. Go ahead.
Reese is gonna go nuts.
Hey, bro, it's
You
my
want to go
top
first,
five,
Mo?
bro. It's my personal top
you,
five favorites, bro.
No, that's cool. Hey, but hey, we
I
get to
don't
critique
care
it. That's the
about
good.
that.
That's the
I
best
don't
part
care
about
I
this.
about
gotta
that.
stand 10
Hey,
on
yeah,
this,
that's the
bro.
best part. Hey, that's the best thing about this part of the show. We get to critique it now. All right, Mo, you want to
Man,
go
I looked
first?
at the Triple H Undertaker. I looked at the Batista. I was looking at the
No,
Bret Hart on. I was
I'm
looking
gonna
at
let
other
Mo go.
matches.
I'm gonna let
I looked
heel
at
Mo go
Shawn and
heel on
Razor.
you. All right,
I
let's
looked
see.
at I looked at a lot of matches, man. I watched a lot of SummerSlam matches on that.
Hey, it's Mo.
Let's hoop, man.
Absolutely.
you sir are not a hooper. You are a walk on at the 24-hour fitness. You are a walk on at the YMCA. You don't put up any points, sir.
Why?
You get picked last in PE because
Why?
there's nobody else to pick.
Yeah.
You know, we
The
can say this, but we're not saying why.
the beginning
Yeah,
of
you gotta
that
go into the
list,
matches.
the beginning of the list is just asinine, sir.
That's number five.
You
It's five.
it's a heavy five.
What other woman match is gonna be able to make the
It
list,
could
y'all
it could
think?
have been any woman's match.
Probably not,
No,
low
That
key.
there
I'm not
is no
gonna
other
lie.
woman's match. There's no other
Okay, so you don't
SummerSlam
have
woman
to
match
have
that
one
compares to
there.
that.
Like, I just mean that
I
respectfully.
think you
Like,
do.
Summer,
I
how
appreciate
many
women's wrestling. I like women
how
wrestling.
I do
many how
too, but
many how
SummerSlam
many
women's
how
wrestling
many
hasn't been too great.
Hey man, that one was to me, man. I like that match.
All right.
You know, through Chain, man.
out of all the years of
What other woman's
SummerSlam's
match compares?
existence.
If y'all can tell me that, then let me know. All I'm saying is the fifth spot specifically was
Hold on,
reserved
hold
for a
on,
woman match. That was gonna
brother,
happen regardless.
brother. Let me. I applaud you for wanting to to be involved in women and be progressive and be not be misogynistic like some over here. But just because you're involved in a woman's match doesn't mean we have to give you points for it. Like kudos that you support women's wrestling. We also support women's wrestling, but wasting a top five spot for it just diminishes your credibility, brother. Um, you saved your list toward the end, so I'll give you that. You shot maybe 35% from the field. Like, you had an all right night, but to be a hooper, you got to do better, brother.
I think I hooped.
Yeah, but
So does the guys at the
All I'm
yeah,
gym
you
hearing
every
think,
is I
night.
had
go
one
ahead.
bad match. I'm
Okay, so Mo, are you done?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, Just. I mean this respectfully. I don't believe you had a bad match on your top five, but I will say that I do not think any match on your top five is a top five SummerSlam match. I will also say that as much as I love, and I even popped when you said it, the Ray versus Eddie ladder match for the custody of Dominic, it's literally in my top three favorite matches of all time. That is not even close to the second best SummerSlam match. I will say that since you brought up what women's match compares, I would say if a women's match had to be on the list, which a women's match doesn't, Rhea versus Io versus Naomi was, I think, better than Bianca and Becky at SummerSlam last year. I will say that the Bret Hart and Owen Hart match is very, very nostalgic for a lot of reasons, but if you're going to put a Bret match on there, you should probably put Bulldog, which also I don't believe deserves to be there. But the Bret and Owen Hart, the steel cage match, not ladder match. Sorry, the steel cage match is just. I just think I find it kind of boring. I do but I do understand the fact of how like those kind of stipulation matches were used back then, how a ladder was more of a tool and then a weapon, and you know, same thing with the cage was like the most the most difficult thing about steel cage matches back then wasn't that we get to use the cage to beat each other up with. It was that we have to climb a cage. Like the physicality of climbing a cage was the story of the match, rather than being in a cage and being, you know, locked from the outside, and being able to just go in on each other. So I do understand your whole aspect with that. I like that you put Randy and Christian, because you are a Randy fan. I wouldn't have put it on there, but it is arguably Randy's best match. It is a phenomenal match. It's pretty much all I really got to say. Besides that, is, you know, I wouldn't have put any of those matches on my top 5. I don't think any of them are bad matches, but I do believe there's definitely, like you said, you know, it's definitely your list. There we go. Go ahead, Maurice. Yeah, it's you, Maurice.
I think he's froze.
Is he?
No, he's not frozen.
No, he's not. He's
shocked.
setting us up. No, he's setting us up.
He's just
Setting us up.
building suspense.
He's building.
just
Bro,
shocked by
he's
your
gonna-
here,
list.
brother.
Bro, he's about to go in on you. I don't know if you deserve
the only
that. but,
setup
like,
here
It's
is
my
me letting you
personal
have a
thing.
segment on my show. This is
Hey, bro.
absolutely insane that you could have.
Yeah.
There are two matches that are must-haves on a top 5 SummerSlam match ever list.
Oh, okay. I want to hear this.
And the fact that you don't have either one of them, but you have the gall, the nerve to walk up on here and talk about some Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. You had the balls, which I don't know how big they are, but they can't be too big. If Bianca
little
Belair
watermelon.
and Becky Lynch is gonna be on the screen, look, these are two matches that have to be must-haves on your SummerSlam top 5 matches ever list. One, not saying it has to be number 1, but one has to be Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. I do not believe that you can have a top 5
I don't care for that as
SummerSlam match ever list and not mention Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk, at least at the bare minimum honorable mention. Like that's the bare minimum. I definitely believe that you have to have a top 5 SummerSlam match ever list with Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. And the fact that you think that Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch is
I have a
better
question.
than that
I have
is
a question.
insane.
I have a question.
I have a lot of
I have a
questions
question.
too,
Hold
Just.
on,
I
wait,
haven't
wait,
got to them yet.
This is for your question.
Hold on.
Hear me
Hold on.
out. Just hear me out. Would you rather?
Hey,
would
let's go
you
get
rather
back to
look-
the host. Let's
would you
go get
rather
back to the
look
host.
At a man or a woman? Answer me that question.
Hey, don't worry. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Thank you.
Your whole list
I am
wasn't-
so
your
glad
whole
that
list
you brought
was-
that up, because the person
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to bring up next is a man that you cannot see. You cannot have a SummerSlam match top 5 ever list without John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. I think that's absolutely asinine. I think that's absolutely crazy that Bianca versus Becky Lynch crossed your mind before either of those matches. I'm fine with the Orton Christian. I'm really fine with a I am super duper fine with a Dom versus Eddie SummerSlam match. You kind of saved your list at the end, brought it some credibility. But
Bray
the
versus
fact
Eddie,
that you
but-
started off your list at number 5 out of all the great SummerSlam matches ever, and you said, you know what? I'm gonna put this baby on here because I am just he who is not him, because this list was not it. It's absolutely
Not a
asinine,
Hooper.
and your take is unjustified. It has no justification
Asinine.
at all. It's absolutely ridiculous on how we are going out here having a list without Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk and John Cena versus Daniel Bryan not even being in consideration. It's absolutely crazy. Two of the greatest SummerSlam matches ever that happened on the same nights. They happen night to back, and it left
Just you
the
look
crowd wondering
deflated.
what match is better. Like it's one of the only SummerSlams where you're like, yo, which one of these two stole the show? Because they both went out here and they did what you didn't do tonight, and they hooped, they balled, they looked like LeBron in his prime. They looked like Michael Jordan and LeBron James did a Dragon Ball fusion dance, and they became combined to become George James. It's absolutely asinine how you do not have a Brock Lesnar Punk or a Daniel Bryan John Cena. There is something going on. And where you at? Ohio, Cincinnati. There's something going. There's something going on in the Midwest with the water, because it's absolutely crazy how you do not
it's
have
definitely coming in
a
the water.
Brock Lesnar or a Daniel Bryan John Cena. I'm trying not to have an aneurysm. It's absolutely crazy that you just skipped past all those guys and you said, you know what? Give me Andre Iguodala. Give me Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. It's absolutely crazy. Insane.
All right.
I think.
Just is like,
that's all you
is
have
it
to
Where's
say?
my
my turn?
towel? Where's my towel?
Just,
Hey,
it's your turn now, bro.
Reese, he
my turn for
just,
what?
just cut him some slack, man. He,
I don't think there's no
he did.
slack that needs to be cut. It's my personal five favorite. Uh, Maurice is
Personally sucks.
he likes Roman. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. He thinks Roman and Oba is a 5-star. It's all good. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not
Roman and
gonna listen
Oba?
to that.
Roman and Oba?
Brock and
I said
Oba,
Roman
you
and
mean?
Oba.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Brock Oba,
look,
Shlomo
your
Boba.
list was so bad you forgot matches. This is ridiculous.
I
You can't
didn't.
even
My
like
list
make
wasn't
this up.
that bad. It's a personal fave.
Okay,
If
it
I have
can
a personal
personally
five,
suck.
I could prefer. Your matches personally suck. That's all good. It's my five. It's objectively mine, man. It's all good. You can't understand the greatness.
he was
You can't understand it. It's
he
all
was
good, brother.
so
I
excited when he
respect it.
said it
Your
too. He
mind
was
cannot
like,
comprehend this.
He
It's
was
all straight.
excited.
But with that all being said, that's
he
all
was like,
fair
yes,
game and shit.
I got
Yeah,
a
they
woman's
they
match.
hating on a young
I
they
don't know who
hating on a
sponsors
young
are.
king trying to start his grind. It's all
Sponges.
good. They don't have to
Oh,
like
they
my
were
five.
bad.
I
You
still
know,
stand
these
10
are
on my
bad.
opinions. I believe my five is perfect. But looking past
Perfect.
Perfect.
SummerSlam and all that
Ooh,
other shit, I did want to say something. We
perfect might
had
be pure delusion.
AEW had a amazing show last night. If you ask me, they did a lot of pushing for their biggest show of the year, All In. I wanted to, bring AEW a little light onto
Speaking of
Justified on the
AEW, I do
franchise.
have something for y'all boys. Hold on. Just
Oh shit!
yeah, hold on. We got some. Hold
Uh,
on.
is Maurice gonna turn in his WWE card for his AEW card?
Oh, we get a guest appearance. Somebody popping in
Nah, yeah, we are for show.
in the roster appearance. No, we're not.
Nuh-uh. Is that true?
The Motor City. Are you lying?
Is that
Is this real?
true? Is that true? Is that like right now?
Is this
This
real?
has officially been confirmed. This is actually AEW just posted on
Oh,
Please
their
tell me
let's
this
Instagram.
is
go,
not.
dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
Real time
Oh.
reaction, bro. Let's. I almost said it, but let's go, dude. Bro,
Okay.
now that
So, with
is an
that being said,
announcement
the Motor
worthy of
City
the
Machine
show.
Guns,
Yeah,
all
breaking
elite,
news, breaking
breaking
news.
Now,
news, breaking news, breaking news. Tell a friend.
exactly.
The
Breaking, bro. We knew
MCMGs
it
are
was
going
happening.
to
We knew it was
fucking
happening this week.
AEW.
We knew it was happening this week. AEW's in Detroit. We knew that their no compete clause ended 10 days ago. We knew it was happening. We just didn't know how. We didn't know when. But we know that
So it is
now the Motor City
confirmed.
Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, we now know they are where they belong, where the best wrestle. Absolutely.
It is time. They are here. The Motor City Machine Guns have made their way to AEW. Look
Before
at
we
these
Where the
before we
best
lead
matches.
into our
The Bucks,
AEW
FTR. We
segment
might
and
end up getting
stations,
Cope and Cage in Motor City. we have a
Oh, I
lot of
think them
heat
We
that
have
and
we
needs
New
have
to
a
be
Day
lot to
are
put
talk
gonna
into
give
about.
their
us, dude. They're
legacy.
probably gonna
Usually
debut
we're
this
breaking.
month.
This is our first time ever having a breaking news segment like this on the franchise. So
Absolutely,
excuse us, y'all, because this is breaking news that happened while
just
we were
amazing,
live.
just
So we're gonna
Amazing
amazing,
go one
news.
by one.
amazing.
Hey, Mo, what is expected from Motor City Machine Guns now that they are in AEW?
Um, you can expect great tag team wrestling, bro. Like they're gonna show you in AEW what WWE slept on. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, not only is it a better place for them personally, it's a better place for tag team wrestling, bro. Like,
Yes,
there's so many great teams for them to like in WWE. They were in a vortex, bro. Like, it was only like what 3 or 4 tag teams on SmackDown for them to wrestle. So
yeah.
once they wrestled everybody, it was kind of like, all right, what's next?
What's next? Yeah,
So so now they can just get to AEW and it's just a boatload of tag teams for them to go up against. And it's just, hey man, we gonna see. Of course, they're a little bit older. They're not the same guys from TNA, but I mean, hey, Edge and Christian is still putting on matches, and they're 50.
Well,
So
Edge is
exactly.
for sure putting on matches, all right. I don't know if they're good or not, but I know what is good. Whatever Just has to say about Motor City Machine Guns. Just talk to me, bro. What do you have to say
Uh,
about Motor City
yeah,
Machine
hold
Guns?
on. One time, let's hold it. Anyway, we're talking one of, if you ask me, the greatest tag teams ever. We're talking about a tag team that is now at this point been able to do it everywhere. Even though their WWE run wasn't as great as we hoped it was for what it was at the time when they were getting their matches going. It was fun to see them get into that WWE ring, get that
For
WWE
sure.
feel, that rub. Now I'm gonna be able to watch them in AEW compete against some guys that I've seen them compete against before, and we're gonna get to get some dream matches. You know what I mean? We get to see them, the Young Bucks, FTR, maybe even Cope and Cage. Hell, I'm fine with seeing them go down to even potentially ROH, go do something with the Outrunners. Have fun. These guys are coming to the latter ends of their careers. They're not young chicks anymore. They're kind of old dogs. So with that being said, I want them to go out with a bang. I hope they end up getting the gold one time before it's all said and done. Probably will. um yeah, just I think Motor City's amazing. I think this is a place where they will benefit the best wrestle in AEW. So let's see them wrestle. You know what I mean? Let's let them hoop. Yeah.
Absolutely. Of course, you, Jordan. What is your opinion on the Motor City Machine Guns now being all elite?
I am so excited for this. I called this the moment that there was no tag team championship match or any tag team anything like that was worth of importance at WrestleMania. I called that the Motor City Machine Guns would be in the round of releases, and I called that they would be going to AEW this summer. So I'm very excited about this. I am very like just I'll piggyback on what Just said. This was their WWE run was fun for what it was. The moment that they lost the titles and they started getting into that shuffle of just kind of being a contender for tag, like we knew that it wasn't going to be long lasting. I'm glad they got to win the gold because it's just another tag title to add to their resume. I do believe they will win the AEW World Tag Team titles. They are arguably the best tag team when it comes to chemistry in the world, still, even at their age. When they nobody feeds off each other better than the Motor City Machine Guns when they're at their peak. The tag teams that we could get with them, like Just said, it's just amazing. They've never faced FTR. We could get amazing matches with FTR. They have faced the Young Bucks, so we can revisit that. They've never, teams like Brodito, so many great teams. Even the fact that they
Death
didn't get to face
Riders.
the New Day while both, yeah, they didn't get to face the New Day while
Absolutely.
both were a part of the
I think the
WWE.
Death
So now
Riders
they
and the
can
Motor
both,
City
they
Machine
can
Guns, man.
exactly, and that think about it. Now they can stroll, both can stroll down to AEW, and New Day and Motor City Machine Guns can get the feud that they rightfully deserved in the Fed. Being two of the greatest tag teams of all time. You also forget that they didn't get to have a feud with the Lucha Bros. They didn't get to face the Lucha Brothers while both being in the Fed. They didn't get to get to face the Usos while both were in WWE. So honestly, it's best thing for both sides. It's best thing for AEW fans. It's best thing for wrestling fans. It's the best thing for the Motor City Machine Guns as a whole.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad that you guys are stoked about this. Me personally, I'm excited to see what they'll do
Oh yeah,
elsewhere because WWE's tag team
for
division
sure.
is absolutely abysmal. And it looks like they aren't
It
doing
is.
anything in the near future either. Especially
Nope.
And it's crazy because
they have talent.
at one point in time, the tag team division was the
They
best
do.
thing on SmackDown.
Absolutely, absolutely. With
They
Motor
do.
City Machine Guns being part of that,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
right? So it's absolutely
Absolutely.
insane that they
That's another thing. That's another thing.
But
Just a
good.
tiny thing to piggyback off what Mo was saying. That they're not exactly the
Absolutely.
same guys from TNA, but you. I agree, Mo. But they also you know what I mean. They are part of one of the greatest SmackDown matches of the last 2 years. You know what I mean? They are part of it. Like,
Hmm.
so it just proves that they could still have those
Wow.
bangers despite being
Well,
older.
while we're talking all elite wrestling, it's kind of coincidental they came out with some breaking news right before our next panel and segment because it
Dude,
has
right?
something to do with the dub and the Fed. It's a conversation of is AEW or I said AEW. Does WWE have something to fear in AEW? Is it a situation where does WWE have a true actual contender to take their spot, or is it a situation where WWE is just gonna always be the glorified number one, and there's just nothing you can do about it? Um, Kind of want to hear people's opinions on this. I kind of got mixed opinions about this one personally myself. Mo, let me get started with you, brother.
Um, WWE should absolutely be terrified, but are
Ooh.
they? No, because of
I like that answer.
kind of what you said when you were going through your introduction. WWE is the monster, bro. It's the mecca. Like, no matter how much it's in the shitter right now. I mean, excuse me. It's in the dumps right now. It's still the mecca. It's still WWE. It's still World Wrestling Entertainment. So no matter how bad it is, bro, it's still going to continue to make money. They're still going to get brand deals. They're still going to get sponsors. So they won't ever really be afraid. But the real know what's real, bro. Like the performances, the shows, the talent, the just everything about AEW is smoking WWE's boots right now, bro. If if AEW was started 20 years ago, we be having a different discussion, bro. But since
TNA
they're
would
such
never
a
exist. Yeah. TNA never exist.
a
Maurice.
TNA was putting bills to ass at one point too.
TNA was the successor to like WCW. We don't got to get into all that though. Maurice, let me hear your opinion on. Oh no, you ain't one of these. My bad. I got you. Jordan, my boy, Switchblade. Let me
Okay.
hear your opinion on this, man. Coincidental.
All right. Okay. So I kind of agree with Mo, and I love the way he said it. They are not. But I'm going to go into the kind of couple reasons why, while loving both, they should be. Agreeing with Mo, like that they should be scared, but they're not. And here's why they should be. Because you have AEW that is continuing to stay steady enough to grow even little by little. Whereas WWE, even if it's only little, like even if it's only in, you could even say droves, like it is going downhill. Now people can say, "Oh, it's hitting one of its slumps," and it's hit slumps before, and it's bounced, and it's bounced back. But the thing about AEW is that it doesn't have to gain another fan. So the reality is this: is that AEW, like WWE's counter programming AEW, like whenever they can, because they want AEW to stop setting a standard. Like think about it. We keep hearing these things about Redemption, just about oh Redemption didn't have a match that was under 15 minutes. It got like, yeah, it was kind of a long show, but it's like you really go back and you look at it, and there's not a single ad on that show, hardly any ads, but there's 15 plus minute matches, and it's constant action, and it's basically getting the fans in the crowd are getting their money's worth, right? So and then you got people that are coming out trying to defend that ideology of WWE where it's like, well, if everything's epic, then nothing's epic, and all this stuff where it's like just enabling mediocrity, where it's like, why does everything have to be good? Why can't everything be good? Is this only a WWE mindset where it's like the only way we can make money or have a business model is by leading a fan base on and giving them a payoff of some sort too soon? No, too late. You know what I mean? We can't have everything just deliver because they feel like if everything delivers, then nothing delivers. And so that's my thing about it is WWE should fear them because AEW is changing people's minds on a lot of the narratives and philosophies that WWE put in people's heads. You know, like you got to have this, you got to have that. This has to happen. This has to happen. And then AEW is proving that they can run a company, a successful company, a company that gets 500,000 live attendance tickets a year, sells 500,000 live attendance tickets a year without having to be mediocre. I'm not saying they're never mediocre because not things are going to be hit and miss at times. But the fact that they're always trying, I feel like that's something Maurice can, like the fact that AEW is always putting an effort to try and be better, whereas WWE's like, well, the business model is to be better later, not right now. What is that? You know what I mean? Like, why do we only try at the Big Four shows? Why, you know what I mean? Why do we only try 5 times a year? Like, why?
They're not even doing that anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do we only try when it matters? And AEW, maybe they don't succeed at everything, but they're always trying. But yeah, we'll continue to bounce back to me, but go to someone else, bounce off of that a little bit more.
CJ in the comments said that the quality of the show never mattered to WWE success. That's a fact, bro. Like it's always been the business, but now we're at a point where it's too much of the business, bro.
Is it really the business when the business is bad and they're still not changing things? Like, I agree with you. Like,
I think we're at a point where competition creates diamonds, right? Pressure builds diamonds. I think AEW existing puts WWE in a position to where they have to be better. I
Not
truly
really
don't
though,
believe
because they're too comfortable, bro. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying, Mo. I think that's what he's saying. Is it fair to say in 22 and 23 they did fear AEW and that put a fire under them, And then now, like you said, Mo, they should be terrified, but they're not, and their facading and their blindness to the fact that they're not is what's hurting them right now. We're untouchable.
It's because they're not losing any money, bro.
They're not losing. They're technically not losing anything.
Not until not until the year ends. Not until the year ends. This whole year is going to be lost profit, though.
This is the biggest problem when it comes to this kind of conversation, in my opinion, because let's be honest, WWE is no longer just a small, like, it's not just a normal, right? It is a whole
WWE is a global commodity.
Monopoly.
WWE is a global commodity, yeah.
Yeah, it is something that will never not exist. I truly believe WWE in some form or fashion will exist until the fucking stock market blows up.
WWE outlive us.
Yeah, like I truly believe there is a world where AEW can be in the same light as a WWE though. Like, I see a world where kids could grow up instead of having to watch WWE, you have that alternative. I think it's something where it takes time, right? Of course, I don't think AEW will ever get to the point where it's fully just touching WWE and they're going band for band. Like, we're never gonna get the Monday Night Wars or the fucking Friday night, whatever you want to call it. But I do see AEW exceeding shit like NXT. I could see AEW getting over certain pay-per-views. I think AEW being that alternative.
They did that,
it's something
and
that
AEW was losing. AEW was losing to.
If you think about it, there's also. If you think about it, there's also this, just for the majority of like from the mid 2025 point to the majority of 2026, Dynamite has been neck and neck with SmackDown. Not obviously not Raw, because that's Netflix. But it's like you've got Dynamite that's getting 650 because of HBO Max. They're getting 650K to 1.2 million viewers a week. They're getting between that. SmackDown is lucky to get 1.3. You can look that up, like literally all of this year. They are lucky to get 1.3. AEW's peak is hitting. Most
real
of
quick,
AEW,
Jordan.
the AEW is
No, you're good. You're
averaging
good.
with
Just
with
give me,
both.
give me, give real quick, real
Yeah,
quick,
with
real
both.
quick. We gotta.
Okay, yeah, go
We're gonna
ahead.
bring it in. My fault. We bringing it in because we're gonna bring. This kind of touches on to the next, somewhat of the next topic of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
oh,
wait, wait.
oh!
Hold
You
on.
wanna, you wanna, you wanna? My bad. The CEO wants to speak. We clear the rooms and roll out the red carpet. My bad, Mr. CEO, sir,
Absolutely.
Mr. Selman. Let me know what you got to say for us, man.
Can you repeat the question for me, please?
A little bit louder for me, sir.
Can
He
you
wants
repeat
you
the
to
question
repeat
for
the
me, please?
question.
Oh, you want me to repeat the question? Should WWE fear AEW?
Unfortunately, this has to be when it comes to WWE fearing AEW. No, and this is why. It's because they're not attracting the same fan base, right? And I
Oh, yeah.
think I can see that. And this is no disrespect to anybody who goes against any because I argue with y'all all the time about quality and whatnot and things that we like. But here's the real. I believe that there are very few WWE fans who care about the quality of the product and more so care about WWE's success as a business. I can't tell you guys how many times I've gone out there and I voiced my opinion publicly about whether it be on TikTok Live, whether it be on my own personal shows and whatnot, going, hey, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. And somebody in the comment section or somebody will request to join up and they say, well, guess what? You're gonna watch it anyways. Guess what? You're gonna pay for this anyways. Guess what? You're gonna do this anyway. So they have to be doing something right. Here is the issue. Regardless of if I am or not paying for watching WWE content, which I will not disclose for PR's
Nah.
sake, regardless if I watch it because it's part of my career, the issue is that I have the right as a fan to criticize this product. WWE, with that being said, WWE has no reason to worry as long as there's fans like that. There's fans who go, you know what? I'm going to watch it regardless. You know what? You're going to watch it regardless. And we're all going to sing kumbaya and eat slop together. It's absolutely
Hakuna Matata,
asinine, but
man.
that's exactly what happens.
It's an
WWE
insanely
should not fear
good
The
way to put
reason
it.
why WWE should not fear
I didn't think of that
AEW
way.
is because they are targeting two different fans. There are fans who want quality. They want quality wrestling. They want quality storytelling. They want quality matches. They want quality backstage segments. They want quality promos. And what does WWE give them on a Monday Night Raw? 40 minutes of Danhausen and Jay Uso and those what's that Boost Mobile ads. That's what that's what they
So,
want to see.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So,
So
hey, just real quick, Reese. I was just saying, shout out to Reese real quick. He literally is saying that he is saying that he is literally saying that WWE should not fear AEW, but he is giving AEW a compliment in the same breath, and I respect that, dude. Like that is actually kind of crazy. Continue.
well, yeah, their focus WWE is gearing to different. And this is why I watched part of Redemption. It's why I'm slowly starting to watch more wrestling outside of WWE, a lot more than I used to because I'm not gonna sit here and wish for this company to do better when it clearly doesn't care about doing better. It cares about what the current fans want, which is fine. It's a good business model, right? Uh, However, that's just not what I'm there for. And again, lots of these fans, they don't even want WWE to do better because they think it's doing good right now. I can't tell you guys how
That's
many
because that's
excuses I
because that's
hear for
because
this
the
company,
WWE caters more to the casual fans, bro. Like
which
they,
is
they
so
don't.
which is so weird because those are the fans that always end up giving them those down years. Here's the thing, is that you will hear uh, a WWE fan will make a criticism about WWE, and another WWE fan will make an excuse for WWE to be putting on that. Like when Danhausen and Joe Hendry did their stupid concert on Raw, and it lasted for 10 minutes, and that could have been 10 minutes of time for any superstar, a Seth Rollins, a Roman Reigns, an Obafemi, a Ilya Dragunov, somebody to have a match, like anybody to have a
Chad
match,
Gable,
or even
Penta.
just a decent segment, or even just a decent thing to move a storyline that might not be doing so well, right? If we criticize that, Then what do we get pushback with? Well, the kids have to be entertained. You don't think the kids are entertained by good wrestling? You don't think the kids are entertained by their favorite superstars going out there and doing a segment? You don't think the kids are
Yeah.
entertained and they aren't the ones strutting down to the Oba Femi chant? They're the main ones. You don't think the kids want to see their favorite wrestlers go out there? You don't think the kids are going out there buying merchandise, putting on the Ulafala and holding up the ones? You don't think the kids are in the crowd with Seth Rollins going, whoa? You don't think the kids are doing that? You think they only are
But
there to
See,
support
also,
Danhausen? When to be
there
honest,
was there was
can I be real
advocate.
with
right.
y'all
See,
for
that's
a second? The main audience that I see laughing at Danhausen are 40-year-olds behind YouTube cameras. That's the only guys I see. I have yet to see a child go out there and laugh at Danhausen. If Danhausen's geared to children so much, then why are grown men laughing at it? It's because you guys continue to make excuses for WWE consistently being a bad product. So should WWE fear AEW? No. Why? Because they're targeting two separate fan bases. One fan base wants good wrestling, good stories, and some good things to go on. Another fan base goes out there and they're like, you know what? Despite WWE being bad, I'm not going to watch anything else. I'm not even going to stop watching the show. I'm going to contribute and pray and hope that Triple H can improve the slop just a little bit for me to digest. And it's absolutely insane. And that's what slop does. It sickens the body. And there is no reason for me to believe that a WWE fan's body is healthy enough to consume anything good. Because when they do see a good wrestling match, they do see WWE put on something good. What
Yeah.
happens? They reject it because their taste
Yep.
has been completely redefined to consume slop. Because their taste buds have been adjusted to the slop.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane that
See, this is why.
Triple K. Ooh, can I say triple cool kids club has gone out there and completely brainwashed the fan base. I'm sorry, I got a little carried away there. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
almost
did.
lost.
Fantastic man.
PR,
But what I was saying, this is why me and Just.
I meant to like call him triple cool, like he's the coolest kid
bro
in school.
almost said the craziest.
Yeah. See, Reese. This is why me and Just literally say, we've said it several times. The most entertaining thing a wrestler can do is wrestle good, and that is the most that's the most entertaining thing.
For me, it's to have good promos. But yeah, I hear you.
But for like you said, that like
But
I get where
even
you're
then,
going
like
at,
WWE doesn't have that either, so you're good. Yeah. It's
no, yeah, like,
But
It's one or
for
the other.
WWE,
Let's be real. It's really
for
one or the other.
WWE,
I'm fine with it being either.
it's the money. Who brings in the money? What brings in the money?
right, and that's
If
why
you,
Danhausen has 4 segments because. But here's the issue with that, right? This is statistically speaking. Danhausen led WWE merchandise sales for 2 weeks, then it switched over back to Roman Reigns. So like when you go off these facades and these like little like boosts and streaks and you decide to shape your whole show around it, like you have to know as a business, just like being smart, hey, uh this wrestler being hot for 2 weeks doesn't mean they need to take up 50% of the show. Maybe we could just give them a tiny bit like funnier segments backstage and continue to put on a good product. Like that's not an excuse for me. And to me, I hear you. I hear you, Mo. I know you're not making an excuse for it, but I hear fans who are not you who use that exact wordage to try to make an excuse and say, you know what, Danhausen's drawing more, so of course he's going to be there. That's not an excuse. Tell him, okay, look, here's the thing. Y'all didn't care when Jey Uso was drawing more. Jey Uso was the top merch leader and he got criticized. Jey Uso went out there and we sat there and we criticized Jey Uso for going out there, putting on bad matches and slurring in his promos. We criticized him for that. Why is Danhausen away from
I
this
think,
criticism?
I
He goes out
to be devil's advocate, right? There's a major difference between a Jey Uso and a Danhausen. Jey Uso was getting a main event push. So of course you had your IWC Nick Beard fans that didn't want to see him succeed and oh he's trash and he's why is he meanwhile Danhausen is he's just getting segments. He's not it would be different if all of a sudden Danhausen started beating guys like Braun Breaker, CM Punk, you know what I'm saying, guys of that stature, then you will see the crowd turn on him and be like, why is he why is
So why
Danhausen
did
getting this
Danhausen
push?
need a match at SummerSlam? If Danhausen's
because
whole
then
shtick is, hey, I don't need to
That's for
wrestle,
sure.
I can do a backstage segment. Why not just have him do a backstage segment at SummerSlam and keep him off the card and save those 10, 12 minutes that you would use for somebody who can actually go out there and wrestle? Maybe a young superstar who needs it, or maybe a superstar who just hasn't had the opportunity yet. Or maybe have another match go a little bit longer because you freed up that time.
because Danhausen is an attraction, and you put this, you put in all this time and effort into the story between Danhausen and the Judgment Day. SummerSlam is one of your biggest houses. WWE's mind is like, why not put one of our biggest attractions, a part of our biggest houses, a part of one of our biggest events, and have him put asses in seats because
Well, here's the
people
here's
want
the
to
bad thing,
people
right?
want to
Is
come
that
people want to come to the show and say you are cursed. Like if you
I
give the
think you
fans
can have
something
that
to get
without having him
behind,
have a 13-minute match or 10-minute match. I think you can have that without him being put in one of the worst storylines they've done, which is the Judgment Day stuff. Sure, the Judgment Day stuff is one of the bigger things that have been shown on weekly television. Here's the issue: Monday Night Raw is not a big deal, and it's one of the lowest things in the ratings. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. So you can say, yeah, Monday Night Raw, this is the biggest thing on Raw. Well, yeah, that's why Raw's ratings are going lower. That because it's the biggest thing on Monday Night Raw. That's why your ratings are dropping because it's the biggest thing on Monday Night Raw. That's why people are not buying SummerSlam tickets because it's the biggest thing on Monday Night Raw, or second biggest thing on Monday Night Raw. When bad quality is your main event, you will receive bad results. It's basic math, and they do it, and they're seeing it. That's why SummerSlam tickets are
Hi
$25
guys.
in some areas.
Still
Um,
not gonna hit. They're still not gonna hit
to
40K
be
for. They
fair, I
might
do
hit
like
40K for both
May
nights, but I don't think
you
so.
you know how ridiculous that is?
to
It
be
Like
is. It's
fair.
ridiculous.
Stone Cold brought them into arenas, Cena brings them into stadiums, Roman Reigns keeps it going, and then now they have these guys and they can't put up the number. Like what? It's
Honestly,
Yeah, it's terrible, man.
ridiculous.
I think Maurice made the greatest point with the whole Danhausen's the most entertaining thing on Raw, and that's a problem. Like that is a
Yeah, too
significant,
much Danhausen is a
especially
bad thing.
like
Too much Danhausen's a
honestly
bad
no.
thing.
My problem isn't the problem with gimmicks. I don't have a problem with gimmicks. The problem is when that is like the most like when that is the biggest draw right now in your show. That's the issue. When your stars aren't in the forefront, like when you don't have your Romans and Seths, your Oba Brocks, the even Javons at this point pushing your show, but Danhausen is, that is the problem. That is really what the problem is. Um, I think it's a situation where of course, I don't think WWE is going to ever be in a financial issue at this point, but it's a world where I do think WWE is going to have to perform better, or they're going to start seeing significant
but
losses. I
why,
do believe
why though? Why though?
because they
In
can't fill
I'm saying
arenas.
in their eyes,
Because
if they're not losing sponsors, if they're not losing contracts, if they're not losing these millions and millions of dollars
because
of partnerships,
They're not putting ass in seats. That's why.
they're not. But
okay, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I'm gonna be
they're not missing any big contracts though.
But they're not putting ass in
yeah, but I
seats.
understand.
That's
Yeah,
That's
but
going to
that's
start
Mo,
hurting.
Mo, I
And it will
believe
hurt more than
what
it
you're
will help.
saying. What you're saying
Mo, I
doesn't.
don't think that.
I don't. Why would we care about a 15,000 a 15,000 seat arena when Slim Jim just gave me a $3 million contract?
Well, because you have
You know
to.
what I'm
Okay, but the
saying?
thing is that you have to. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just think Mo that the reality is this: that I don't know how many years of lost profit they are going to accept.
But
Like
it's
TKO.
not
Like at some point,
it's
TKO.
not a loss. It's not really a loss because they're still getting brand deals. They're still getting
Yeah, but if
sponsorships.
TKO
So
sells, but if TKO decides to sell, okay, so here's the thing. You probably know this, Mo, but there was the cons were the second in line to buy before TKO did.
yeah, for
So the
sure.
thing is who's gonna have the money And who's going to, more importantly, who's going to be willing to shell out the money? If WWE comes up to sell again, and think about TKO, what if they try to sell for, if just as much as they bought, if not more? Like, even though they're WWE's value is kind of going in the gutter at the moment, but it's like, what if they try to sell? Who else besides the Khans is going to step up and buy it? So if the Khans decide to buy it, then technically that would, like, I'm just being honest, that would change WWE completely. And like Justice saying, like, that would be kind of a failure on Triple H and all of them. That would be 100% a failure on their end. That like Tony Khan has to come in with the minds that he has around him, maybe not him himself, but the minds that he has around him. Tony Khan and his dad have to come in and save WWE, save wrestling, because TKO, ran it into the ground so much and then sold it, and then not another ESP, like, no company is going to buy WWE. And then they say in the comments, the Saudi Arabian government will buy it. God help us if that happens, because then women's wrestling's gone. Like, for WWE at least, like, they'll just make the company whatever they want.
I'm just saying, like, of course, like, ticket sales are important, but they're not focused on ticket sales, bro. Ticket sales are the last thing on their mind, bro. Like, of course they're gonna always flaunt, like, oh, we sold out such and such and such and such, but the brand deals with sponsorships, that's where their brain is there, bro. That's where their money, that's what they're focused on, because you see the way, like, speaking of Danhausen, you can see the way that they whore him out. They whore Danhausen out. Like, he's everywhere. He's on ESPN. He's with Stephen A. Smith. He's on this show. He's on that show. He's on this show. Then he comes back. He does 6 segments on the Raw. Then he does 10 segments on the PLE. It's just like money, 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 money. That's all we're focused on. And it's 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes for a match. They're only focused on the money, bro. Like, they don't. The money is the pushing point.
Yeah. I get that. I do. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I believe that.
Uh, Technical difficulty.
Yeah, I think
I'm not even gonna talk.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's about.
Difficulty.
Yeah, like I said,
quick.
I agree with you. I just believe that there's a lot of like discourse that goes into that situation of can they even maintain this? That's what I basically am asking, Maurice. It's like, can they even maintain this?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think we're going on to the next prompt.
Let me grab y'all real quick. Speaking of AEW, talking about AEW for a minute, we're gonna keep the train pushing a little bit with this next segment. It's going to be Sarah Values is in the cut for our next segment, talking about AEW show last night.
Let's go,
Pretty much
CD.
we're
What
gonna
is
be
up,
going
buddy?
over
We got
the top
Hollywood
things we've
CD.
seen into the road of All In, the story that got progressed in
Could I
AEW
start?
show last night,
Could I
the Kenny
start,
Will, the Willow, Mercedes, and then we also got the Young Bucks and Cope and Cage. We're gonna start this off with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? We've already had a talk about this kind of a little bit backstage. Let the people hear what you got to say about this, brother.
All right, so AEW is on the road to All In. We've got our no more pay-per-views until then. Redemption seemed like it was a little squeezed in there, but now we don't have anything else to wait for. It is a nice shot to All In. I'm going to be honest, last night I felt did a really good job of setting up what we're going to see. Cage and Cope going up against the Young Bucks. There's a lot of good storytelling going into this match, in my opinion. Instead of it just being the dream match, I like that they had the promo with Renee last night, kind of talking about how both feel doubted, how both, despite everything that they've done in their careers, they feel like they're still naysayers. Like Edge and Cope and Cage, they are older. A lot of people don't think that they're as good. They don't put on as good matches as they used to, that they shouldn't be the champions. A lot of people think that this is a long extended retirement run. A lot of people think that they're just overrated in their old age. And I believe that they have something to prove against one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I have not been a fan of their run so far, so I'm hoping that this gives a reason for the run to actually exist. And then Cope and Cage, they just feel like they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time that laid the foundation for it. So they should be able to be able to hang with anybody. Then you got Willow and Mercedes, who I believe Willow and Nightingale cut the best promo of her career last night. I was not a big fan of the match going into All In. However, last night really kind of turned me. The history is there. The hype might be there. They're trying to build an all-time AEW rivalry here. This Wembley match could put the bow on that. So I'm gonna pass to you guys before we talk too much about that, and then going into no, hold on, no, I'm saying I'm gonna pass to you guys to talk about that more before I go into it, and then other than that, Ospreay and Kenny, I felt like they really turned up their feud to a whole nother notch last night. No, everybody thought this was just going to be, we're buddies, we're the two best wrestlers in the world, we're going to go prove who's the better one, but no, there's a lot of distrust from Kenny now to Ospreay. He believes Ospreay set a trap for him. Ospreay has no way to prove that he didn't, and there's a lot now it's desperate, now it's obsession between both. This is what we wanted. I'm going to pass it to whoever, CD or just whichever one wants to take the panel.
CD, core value. Let me hear what you got to say, brother.
Now, let me start off by saying what I'm most hyped for the road to, All In.
Absolutely. Anything you got to say about any three, yeah.
No, I'm gonna get to that. I got you. So I think Kenny and Will going in like as a match, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be fantastic. I can't like cuss on here, but it's gonna be goddamn fantastic. I'll tell you that very much. It's gonna
absolutely
be very good. I'll tell you that. Then Willow and Mercedes, like, ooh man, that's gonna be very good too. The story going into it is gonna be very, very good. The story going into it is obviously solid. The match is gonna be good. Willow did cut an amazing promo. Kenny cut, honestly, I would go as far to say one of his best promos ever. I was go as far to say that. Yeah. Some people would disagree with that, but who gives a goddamn? Who cares? Like, what are we talking about? I think that's gonna be the finals. Obviously, I think that's gonna be a little something. I think the tag match, the tag team between the Bucks and Edge Christian, I think that's gonna be okay. I'm not really looking forward to it as much as other people are, but it's gonna be there. It's gonna be some solid work. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be solid. I think things that's also gonna be going to the road of it as well. Following through the momentum that Andrade has right now with the national championship. Like, his momentum with the title, is gonna go through. He's gonna carry it through. It's gonna be straight fantastic.
Sure.
How you know that how you all know? Let's talk about it. But hey, man, I'm very hyped for this road, and not to mention it's going to continue to build to another PLE as well, which is Grand Slam in Mexico. Well, at least I think it's going to build it. I think it's right after all of this, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure.
Yeah, so I think we're going to
be where we get.
Yeah, I think we're going to get continuous just straight good quality from.
Yeah, and we'll continue to keep you guys updated on what we feel about going in to All In.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there's just a little
Mo.
Let's hear it, Mo.
Let's hear it. What's your opinions on the road to All In, brother?
Man, bro, it's just fire all around, bro.
Okay, then.
AEW is hitting on all cylinders right now, bro. From the top of the card to the bottom of the card, they're knocking it out of the park, bro. My thing, is where's this Will Ospreay story gonna go, bro? It seems like he's paused. It seems like he's just stretched all over the place, bro.
Yeah,
I like
that
it,
is my biggest issue.
No, I like it though.
He's getting into a very serious feud with Kenny Omega. He just turned his back on the Death Riders, so they're not done with him. Then right after that, he bumps into Adam Page, and now him and Adam Page has this weird energy going on, and it's just Mark Davis wants to, you know what I'm saying? He still has stuff with the Empire, and it's just Ospreay is just really
he's booked. That boy is booked.
He's all over the place, bro, and it's just when somebody's hot, you got to go with him, bro. And he's hot right now, bro. Yeah, I think the Death Rider storyline really boosted his career, bro. Like him in the
I,
Death.
I
What you say?
no, I was gonna say like I wanted to say that I think it's insane how all three of these matches going in, like the three main ones that I just said. I think that everybody knew that they were going to be pretty, good, at least good matches. But I think it's crazy how the depth that they've added. And in fact, is that like exactly I want to piggyback on what CD said. Like Kenny and Osprey did it in one segment. They did it. It took them one segment last night to make that match so much more in depth. And now people are so much more hyped. Now it's through the roof.
Yeah.
So like it's like I think that's insane that they were able to do that.
It actually started. It started with the fact that Osprey saved Kenny from the Death Riders, and Kenny immediately attacked Osprey. Like
Yeah. So
that,
like
like
yeah. I think that
that kick started it all. Like
That's correct.
yeah. So yeah.
Well,
Just
to be
to
quick,
kind of
to
yeah
be
to close
quick
on
to
that.
bring this all together real quick because just real quick run through this. One, I think the road all in. We're all set. We're all locked in. We're all elite. The Motor City Machine Guns will be here very soon, probably this Saturday for all we know. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
Next, Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. It's gonna be a banger. They're gonna run it again. We're gonna love the match. Honestly, we
Grand
all
Slam is
know
next week.
Ospreay is probably gonna come out with his first world title. Um. Kenny's gonna be able to put on another match to add to his already amazing match catalog. Being able to see Andrade with another piece of gold, even the demand with the trios title. I'm actually very excited
Yeah,
to hear what
that's gonna be no
AEW is
sense
doing
too.
all
yeah,
around.
hey, that was
Um,
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but
you was.
we
That's a good.
have. I think
Maybe
it's
Will might go back to the
about
Death Riders. Who knows?
Yeah. I
it's
think
in
that
that
that's
realm of
good. We can
time.
wrap it up. We'll
Yeah,
touch on AEW again next
I
week
think
after
we touched
Grand Slam. So
I think we touch parameters, but it's about that time where like the biggest stars come out, the greatest takes must be justified. It's time to really know your values, like my boy CD says down there. It's main
Got to
event
learn them.
time. We're
Got to
gonna
learn
be
them.
talking about something that's controversial that's kind of happened recently. Triple H has given a lot of stuff in an interview recently. He has said a little.
ammo, huh?
He has said some stuff, talking about the Fed, talking about the fans. Actually, crazy enough, our CEO here, our version of Reese Russo, you know what I'm saying? He kind of answered Reese Russo's questions. Jordan, we're gonna kind of start off with you, brother. Let me know how you feeling about this whole Triple H interview recap situation. I said recap, but Triple H interview.
So I feel like Triple H, and I feel like I've tried so hard to defend Triple H, and I've gotten a lot of heat for it. A lot of heat for it. Got a lot of heat for saying that he's not to blame for some of the things that TKO's that is TKO's fault and stuff like that. But the thing is then he puts out these interviews. He says what he says on Unreal. I said this on our last show that he just doesn't help himself at any turn, any point, never. You've got to stop doing these interviews where you tell critics that they don't have a right to be a critic and things like that, because it feels like when Triple H first took this job, he was taking this job for the voice of the people that he's currently criticizing. Like, it feels like when he first took this job, like he was doing, like he did like the critics, but like he didn't have that many of them because he was doing a lot of things right. No, I'm saying
I
when he
would say
first
that
took,
because even then,
I just
because
think he was
remember
doing a
when they
lot
used
more
to do
things
the
right. And I think now that he's gotten burnout and he has gotten lazy and he is not doing things the same way, and that and maybe he is in some ways, but I think that he has gotten to the point to where, like Mo used this word earlier, he is comfortable. And he does not think anybody should be allowed to tell him that he can't be comfortable. He thinks that his boom period is allowed to be his boom period, but it doesn't have to continue. And he wants to keep relying and honestly surviving off his boom period right now. That is what he is surviving off of. He is surviving off of his peaks. Because right now you are not peak anything. You are peak awful. Like, that is what you are. And
Say it like that,
yeah.
Jordan. Come on.
Yes.
Put the rate
Like
a
keep it
little
a
bit.
hey, Cam Ward. Hey, Cam, like Triple H needs to keep be like Cam Ward. Keep it a buck. We ask right now. Like that. That's what you need to do. We need a little bit. Triple H needs to take some advice from Cam Ward. So yes, honestly, just man, when you get to the point that it's this bad, like that, it's the motivation going into WrestleMania, and then it's just that much of a flop. People are allowed to mention it. I'm gonna pass it to CD with that.
All right,
Thank you
then,
for that,
CD. Let
man.
me
Not
hear
saying
your
that.
opinions about the
All
Triple
right.
H
So with
interview.
Triple H, right? I laugh sometimes at these interviews. So I laugh sometimes at the interviews that he does sometimes because I be like thinking sometimes like, yo, man, like how you just keep failing me like time and time again, and it's just so
It
funny. Like,
hurts my soul,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It hurts
it
me.
really does. It's like, bro, you
I'm an
keep playing in my face.
evolution
You
guy,
keep playing
bro.
in my face, and it's like you're really gonna do this to the fans. Not even just me, just everybody, including everybody that's here right now. The fans, the millions of fans,
And millions.
millions of fans. Like it's just ridiculous. Like when he said in that whole thing, where he was like, "I love the hate and I love the love." And you basically like explaining his passion, like basically explaining like the passion, like reactions from like all the fans that's invested. It's just like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you don't believe that. You're a puppet. Triple H is a puppet, bro. Like I felt like some of the stuff that he says is not even just him talking. I just feel like he just controlled by the system, if that makes sense. It's not even him speaking. It really is. I feel like the Triple H that we lost, I feel like we lost Triple H. I feel like the guy that we once had from 2022, 2023, 2024 is not there no more. He's a corporate puppet, and we're probably not ever going to see him again. And
It's kind of like we don't have AJ Styles
yeah,
anymore. But go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like I do think like there now. Okay, like another thing I also want to point out that was somewhat of a positive that I liked from Triple H in his radio talk show was how he talked about like how the older talent are like helping the younger talent, like basically saying like Brock like
I do
pulled
love
Oba
that.
aside and
I
sat
do
down with
love
him.
that.
I'm not gonna lie,
I thought that
I
was
like
cool.
that. I like that. That was great. Okay, like that was fantastic. I'm like, okay, you have an older guy sitting down with a like a that sounded crazy by the way, no Kurt Angle, but that sounded. But listen,
No Kurt Angle.
yeah, listen. What I'm getting at is
No Kurt Angle is
he's
wild.
talking to the young guys, and I don't mean like that. Obviously, he's talking to the young stars like a Oba and whatnot, pulling them to the side, talking about some stuff that he needs to learn. And then Triple H also mentioning Trick Williams, Javon. Hell, Carmelo Hayes got a mention, but Carmelo on these PLEs, like you mentioned him as if like he's gonna be one of these guys, but he's not even on the PLEs. So like I don't even know if I'm gonna believe this guy or not. I'm just giving puppet energy, but like I said, Triple H has his like he has some hits and he has some misses in this race, but he had a lot of goddamn misses. Melo always say Melo don't miss, but Triple H, you missed a lot of goddamn shots.
Okay, then share of values is not effing with the triple hatred, the game. Mo City, man. I called you Mo City. I don't know why. How the name just sounds like it fits. Mo Rizzy, man. Let me hear your opinion on this, brother. How you feel about the Triple H interview, brother?
um, I don't think Triple H is wrong. I think Triple H is just doing his job. Now, sometimes can he overdo his job? Sure, but he's just being a boss.
He could be
Like,
underdoing the job.
like
Go ahead.
you can say, "Hey, Triple H, your show sucks," but then
He does.
when they pull up to these towns, and he walks out of Gorilla and he looks around, and it's asses and seats. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to him, he's like, "Well, what are y'all talking? Y'all aren't these people." You know what I'm saying? It's different to talk noise on the internet when you're not the one showing up every week. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
ones showing up every week, the people that's showing up are the ones that he cares about. The ones that that's like you being a chef, right? And you cook for a restaurant, and people are on Yelp saying, "Oh, this food's ass. This food's terrible. He can't cook." But every night when the chef comes out from the back, the restaurant is full.
That's true. That's fair.
can
It's a
I
good
So
ass
um
analogy.
how you
Mo,
That's
telling
a
I
me
good
kind
my
of
food
analogy.
agree
my
with you.
how you telling me my food is
That's a
ass
fair statement.
But
when
the
every
whole
time I come out
restaurant,
here, the restaurant is and they eating good. So it's just like Yeah, he can shoot himself in the foot sometimes, but he's literally just doing what he's supposed to do. He comes out there, he says, "Stop critique," especially if you're not the one showing up. You're talking from your mom's basement, drinking your 7 Up with your neck beers and scratching your ass, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. And you're not actually showing up
Yeah,
to none of these shows,
years.
so it's just like Triple H is just he's just being a boss, bro. Like any boss would do, just like any of us would come out and defend franchise as somebody else from somewhere else started saying, "Oh, that franchise show is ass. That franchise show is ass." You're gonna stand up for what you work for. So he's
I
not wrong
think
for that, bro.
I think with Mo here, I agree. I believe it's a situation where at the end of the day, this is
That's
a
an interesting way to
business.
look at it.
It's a business. It's a hard, unforgiving business, and it's a business that must be ran like any other business. If money, whatever sells tickets is selling tickets, and unfortunately, we're at a point in WWE where there's just enough tribalists to where I don't have to really change what I have to do now. Like, well, maybe in the future, down the line, where more AEW pushes the pedal more, and maybe there's more competition. But until further notice, they don't really have to change the formula. The formula works, and that's unfortunate. Like, if you do want a more quality, a more less ad, more wrestling type of show, that's not what you're gonna get from the Fed. The Fed is no longer just a wrestling. It's not a wrestling promotion no more. It's a mega power. It is a
WWE
monopoly.
fans know what they're gonna get.
Yeah, it's a international corporate. Triple
Yeah,
They
H is
can't be
not just
mad at what
the
they get.
he's not just the CEO
really,
of a
yeah.
wrestling promotion anymore. Like he's not just the booker. He is now a business. He has to be a businessman wholeheartedly. Like
He's a
he
businessman
literally
No,
now.
the from the
well,
stock
I do want to.
market to the
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
lot that
I
it's
said
a
I want
lot
to
that goes
yeah,
into it.
yeah, piggyback on what CD said.
Um,
Like I said, I compared it to AJ Styles. It's almost like we don't, like you said, it's not the same Triple H that it was when he first took over and he was so happy. It feels like like you said, he's corporate now, and it's like it may be not even all his fault, maybe not even all his decision. He just has to be this now. And then
he got
same
to
thing with
put
AJ
food on his.
Styles.
He got to
Not
put
that we
food
don't
on
have
his
the same
table.
AJ
He
Styles. You
he
know,
has to do his
AJ
job.
Styles isn't.
He
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
got to
like
put food on his table. So I can't.
yeah,
This is
it's
what
like
I said.
yeah, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
never gonna
It's
be
like
mad at
I
Triple
mean, you can
H.
put food on your table. You're still a corporate ass at the end of the day. Like,
yeah,
Nah,
and that's what I'm
I
saying. Like
personally,
CD's
I feel
right. It's
like
like
I
AJ
can't be
Styles
mad.
isn't the same AJ Styles that came to WWE in 2016. He's not the same guy. Like he's not. He's like he's like a not. I'm not gonna say sheep or puppet or anything. He's a guy that
he's not the same.
feels.
Not,
No, he's just not the same. He's
he
not
feels
the
he feels like
identity
a
It's
that
not,
brought
clone,
him
bro.
up
like a
in the
We
industry.
have
clone,
to
a
understand.
nobody.
It's
He looks
not
like
that.
himself.
We have to understand. At the end of the day, as a wrestler, the best market you're gonna be in, regardless of whatever you can say, is the WWE. It's a,
because yeah,
no
it's a
matter, even
it's
if
a
you're on
global
the
phenomenon.
lowest card,
It's
being
gonna
in
get you clout.
WWE, it's
It's gonna get you
it's the
clout,
publicity, it's the money, it's the I can't
bro.
like
Bro,
I
just
promise you, as a
just
wrestler, you
think
would rather
about
be a WWE low carder than going to like
exactly,
TNA, ROH, and
exactly,
being a
exactly,
fucking
exactly.
high card. I would
Think
rather
Wow.
like
about
every
how
single
many
time.
former WWE wrestlers get fired or quit from WWE and then just go around the world touring and be like, "Hey, remember me? I wrestled for WWE 15 years ago." Like,
Yeah.
and
And then
they
come back to WWE, literally. Like they
so
come
it's
back,
just
they
like
get better, they they
WWE
get good,
sustain
and they
it
go to
makes you a
WWE.
household name. Whether you're good or you're bad, it makes you a household name.
I just
Hmm.
think I don't think necessarily Triple H is wrong from having more of a businessman mindset at this point. I
I mean, I'm
think
not gonna
he
lie. Having WWE on your resume,
I'm saying you
like
can
Mo
have
just
that.
said, will get you a job anywhere at a
it
wrestling
will get
company.
you a
Anywhere.
job in any wrestling promotion in the world at this point. If you
Yeah.
They
wrestled
will.
in
Wrestling
Yeah.
promotion,
WWE,
all the little Comic
you don't
Cons,
even, bro.
all the
If you
little
don't even need to be on the main. Go to NXT. If you were in NXT, you damn near can wrestle anyway. Fuck it, Evolve, nigga. You're on Evolve. You damn near can get a booking anywhere else in the world. I'm pretty confident in that at this point. Like, I truly believe. I don't think Triple H is wrong from having the mindset of being a businessman. but I don't still have to like the product. I can still criticize and
Is
not like the product. That is what it is, right?
is
I can
DE
still
hey
say that
is
there's problems with the booking or whatever's going on, but you just have to come to realize that WWE is probably not changing no time soon. So
is
if
Reese
you're watching it, you
backstage?
know what you're watching.
Is Reese
Hmm?
backstage? I'm not sure. I didn't know if he
I
It's
was.
couldn't
like
tell you.
why
We don't know where
why
our beautiful host is. Or not host, our beautiful
why
CEO.
why in his mind is like why would I change the way we're doing things for uh wrestling fan 305 that's in the basement somewhere that never comes outside when 15, 16,000 people are showing up every night and they're cheering and they're appreciating and they're buying merch and they're participating. So it's just like
Kind of like
For
what
me, it's
Reese
which
said.
because of
We're
the identity
appealing.
of the
which
business,
way do
but
you
It's
which way
what
do you
Reese
lean?
said. WWE's appealing to a different audience at this point. It's not just appealing to wrestling fans. It is trying to appeal to the casual audience.
yeah, it's
It
trying
is
to be
trying
like
to
this
make it's
the
trying to
global
make
commodity
wrestling
almost.
Yeah,
accessible to
yeah,
your
yeah.
grandma's grandma. They want it to be a
You
TV
want to feel
show
your
that the
pets,
family
Yeah,
can watch. And
dogs.
WWE is so much more above wrestling in 2026. It's
Yeah, it is. It's a media
wrestling.
juggernaut,
Yeah, it's
Wrestling
way
is
bigger.
the last thing on their mind.
Yeah,
which sucks, but yeah.
yeah.
and
The
I
thing that
don't
we fell
know
in
if
love
I'm
is just bigger than the
necessarily
program, and that's just what it is, man.
they're literally bigger than the program. That's
Yeah,
literally what
literally
it
bigger than the
is. Like there
program.
is
That's just
no
what it is.
and
Yeah.
and crazy enough,
And
I
they're not
can't
looking back
get
neither.
because
They're not looking
as
back.
a man who thinks from like a business standpoint, if I'm Triple H, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why put more? Like I mean, to be honest, I would love for these guys to be like, yeah, let's be go getters. Let's still push the pile. Let's still make like change it up, give maximum effort. But if we don't really need to, why? We're gonna do more for less. I don't really I get it from a business standpoint. I get it. Like, why do it? Because when we do go through those droughts, then
I get it.
you
I
have
just
what you
hate it.
need. Yeah, I hate it, but like when they go through those
Yeah,
droughts and they go through those low periods, then they cater to us and they give us what we. You get what I'm saying? Like they give us the shit we want. Then they have us start watching. They did it with Randy at first. When Randy first started, they were giving us the shit we wanted, and then it went left. It was Pat McAfee, and then I
Yeah,
hated it. No,
unfortunately, I
yeah.
don't know about
it's
that.
shit like
See,
that.
and that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say is
Pretty,
that
like, dumb shit.
that's one thing I did want to point out before I passed it. Before I passed it to CD, I was gonna say my biggest problem with him is that he comes out, Triple H, he comes out and he makes he whines about this criticism, but yet it's the layups that are the hardest thing for them to deliver on. Does that make sense, guys? It's like, why is it that a John Cena
Hey,
retirement tour or a Cody versus
y'all
Randy?
smell that? Y'all smell that?
No.
What do you smell,
Y'all
brother?
smell it? I don't know.
What you
They
smell?
got
Reese's hairline?
they got spelled salmon, man. I don't know, man. I don't
You
know. I
smell that,
Oh,
don't know.
smell that stink,
yeah,
You
he's
know,
coming.
smell that
No,
stinky
he's
shit.
I
coming. He coming.
don't know,
Okay,
man.
hey,
I don't know.
hold on. Let
Jordan,
me
go
finish.
ahead.
Hey,
Jordan, go ahead.
let
Go
me
ahead,
finish and
Jordan.
then put
Go
me
ahead. Go
backstage and
ahead.
bring him up. Yeah, okay,
Nah, go
but
ahead,
I was
Jordan. Finish. Go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
what I
Go
was gonna
ahead,
say is
Jordan.
that why is it that a John Cena retirement tour or a Cody Randy match at WrestleMania, or honestly, with how jumbled up the little bit of this feud was, a Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi, just a women's title run at all between between WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
PG,
Stephanie
brother.
Why is it?
Ventura, Naomi,
Why is it that these are the hardest
Io,
things to deliver on?
Liv.
Why is it these are the hardest things to capitalize on? Why is it that these are the hardest things? You know, the layups. We're not talking about the easy things. We're talking about the hard things. What are the easy things?
Because layups are only 2 points. We gonna go back here and we gonna shoot these 3 pointers.
But wait, the labor. Do y'all see it?
That's
But wait, it's
true.
not even that. Look, this is a different analogy. It's not that the hoop is big as fuck. The hooping, the hoop is big. They could damn near, bro. WWE could literally give us men kicking dogs or some shit, and someone's gonna watch it somewhere. Like they're gonna have at least still
But like
2 to 3 billion
big
people sit there and
WWE
watch
is
that shit.
WWE is Team USA playing against a middle school.
Like
Pretty
it
much.
is, it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
it is,
See, yeah,
it is a form
100%.
of tribalism. You know, the WWE
Yeah.
fan base has built a strong enough fan. It is a fan base like no other. You really want a WWE fan.
Um,
That's what we building here at the franchise. Because see, when you have a fan base that is willing to commit themselves to such egregious, and I mean egregious lows, disappointment, horror, and disgust, and still stick through it,
is it,
you're a different
y-
level of dedicated. I don't think most relationships are handled as well and with as much care as certain WWE fans have with this company. Like I'm gonna be completely
that
honest.
is so
I'm gonna
good.
be so honest. Um, I keep smelling like a
Yeah, I'm
bird or
not
a
gonna
plane
lie.
or something. I
Oh,
keep
I knew he
smelling
was
like
coming. I knew
a
he was
bird,
coming
a
up here, bro.
plane, a
Oh
oh
yeah,
shit,
dude, we got a Thor
oh.
man.
It's Marie. It's Marie. Ah man, I know you got something for. Oh, hey, look at the four-way
Oh, he's
setup, by the
dude,
way.
look at his
I
face,
love it.
dude. Look at that face. Look
Look
at
at
that face, bro. Look at that
real
face.
quick,
He's so fed up. He's so fed
real
up with
quick.
Triple
Before
H's
Maurice
nonsense.
gives us his, it is his time to, he's gonna go off. So before he does that, we did want to give a shout out to everybody that's pulled up. We do appreciate everybody that showed us
Absolutely.
love, a
Oh,
comment, a
100%. It's
like,
been a
a share,
great
a
show. Been
follow.
a phenomenal show.
I do want to
Had a
shout out
great
everybody
time.
that is up here: CD, Jordan, Mo, and of course our CEO
Yes,
Maurice.
sir.
What Maurice,
Even though I
Mister,
showed up
Mister,
late, that's
Mister.
whatever.
Bring us
How do
home.
you feel about this Triple H interview, sir? Let me hear it. What our CEO got to say
Well, if
about it?
I have to hear any more Triple H glaze, I'm going to be going home to glory. So let me bring us home and end the show. Um,
Nobody's
Look,
glazing.
Triple H is a liar. He is the biggest liar on planet Earth. There is not a
I'm telling you,
liar as good as Triple
that's
H.
top.
And he's
That's
so
crazy.
such good of
Crazy,
a
dude.
liar. He has convinced my entire team that he's doing the right thing like a
I didn't say
businessman
that.
should. It's
I don't
absolutely
know. I don't know what he's
asinine.
talking
So
about
let's
because
go
I
through
was
some
against it, by the
statistics.
way.
Look, I've been hearing you. Mo, you were talking about attendance. You're talking about well, the show's attendance and people are walking in the shows. Uh Here's a statistic. According to WrestleNomics, SmackDown in quarter 2 and in quarter 3, which we are currently in quarter 3, the numbers of in-house attendance are now down by a whopping 35%. They went from 11.4K in house in 2025 in quarter 3. Now this time next year they're at 8.3 thousand. WWE in 2025 for Monday Night Raw, which has always been the bigger show, they were at 11.5 thousand for quarter 3 in 2025. Now they're at 10.9 thousand. Is that as big as a gap as the SmackDown stuff? Absolutely not. But even now we're seeing a trend with SummerSlam on the rise. They're discounting tickets. Do you want to know why some of these numbers are higher than they were in previous years? Because they cost less. You want to know why they cost less? It's because of the TKO billions of dollars business profits, where they're able to make them cost less to adjust for that. So these things have reasonings. These statistics have reasonings. It's not that WWE is doing so great financially that they're able to just ignore a good product or whatnot. No, it's because they just don't care. And I'm not gonna give Triple H this excuse that, oh well, he's just doing what a businessman should be doing. He's doing what a Dumbo does, and that's give us horrible weekly shows. There should be no reason why in 1 minute and 20 seconds on TikTok I can see a person book a show better than 8 guys in a headquarters. It's absolutely asinine. There's no reason why we can go after this show ends and sit around a management team for hours and hours and hours. And while we're planning and discussing our next big shows, we can come up with better ideas than they can in their 8 hour shift, their 9 hour shift, where they go leave and make steak dinners. It's absolutely ridiculous why we have not held them to a high. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't, because I understand that you guys are trying to give him some grace. But God Almighty, that is not me. I am not going to sit here and give him the grace that he does not deserve. Triple H does not deserve grace. Nobody in that TKO boardroom deserves grace. You want to know why? Because they are multimillionaires who buy out all their competition and make bad product. Triple H is so scared of criticism, it's absolutely ridiculous. Do you want to know what he says after that stupid paragraph that you sent me, Mo, that I wish we could put up on the screen for production? Do you want to know what he says after that? After he goes out there and he says, I wish the fans would go out there and not criticize me because of because I'm trying my best to put on a good show. Because I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna promote what it
Nuke the show. Wrap this shit up. Let's go.
But y'all get the gist of it, right? After he goes out there and does all of us, and he goes on Dave Meltzer's podcast, and it's all about. You wanna know what he says after? He goes,
wasting too much time on Triple H.
Steve Meltzer.
My name is Paul Levesque.
My name is Paul. I'm the game.
You're wasting too much time.
And in this very game,
I'm the game.
Understanding that I like all the criticism, the boos, and the cheers, and me when I spit the water out my mouth, when I do all these things, I go out here, and I enjoy the criticism of the fans and the boos and the cheer. That's what he says after. He legit says after he criticizes people for criticizing him, he goes, you know what, guys? The boos and cheers, they make the audience so I don't hate it, I actually love it. You don't know what you're talking about. And I can't be surprised because he hasn't cut a good promo since 2002. But my goodness, he goes out here on Dave Meltzer's podcast, and he does. And you guys are gonna tell me that I'm lying when Triple H just for 40 minutes on Busted Open and busted your brains out and sat here and lied to you guys for 40 minutes. It's absolutely asinine. So I'm gonna keep on talking.
He just says things, bro. He just says things.
No, bro.
He just
he's not good. Yeah, exactly. Like Triple H ain't one of the best on the mic.
Hey,
one of the best. Did you hear what he said on Busted Open?
Things, bro.
I don't care how good he is on the mic as I don't care how good he is on the mic as the head of creative. I don't give a damn how good he is on the mic.
Well, I do. And I
don't think Triple H gave a good promo since 2002?
No, I do, but I'm saying I don't care how good he is on the mic in this role is what I was saying.
Oh, well, I do because it annoys me every time I hear it. So Jordan, yes, I do care about how good he is on the mic during this role. I also care about him completely ruining the product that I have to watch weekly because I make profit off of it. It's absolutely asinine that my job has to be me suffering because he can't do his job. So excuse me, just and everybody else, just hold on for a second because I have a lot to say. Triple H has gone out there and he has
you can't do your job.
Get this watch off me real quick. Triple H has absolutely lost his mind. If he thinks that we're gonna go out here and take it easy on him because he goes out there and he has to book a few shows and the product isn't what it seems and the people on the internet don't really exist, even though I market my product to people on the internet every single day, it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to act like us fans. We don't exist because Triple H gets a few people out there where he actually pays people to fill up the stands and goes out there and uses TKO money when SmackDown is negative 35% in viewership than it was a year ago, when Monday Night Raw has been struggling to hit 1.4 million globally on Monday Night Raw. 10,000 people plus 1.4 million.
That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
It's not good. It's absolutely asinine. Monday Night
it's
Raw,
not, because I just told you guys that
Monday Night Raw,
hitting.
I got to Monday Night Raw has been tweeted between 1.5 to 2 million globally. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Like I said, and I just told y'all that AEW is consistently hitting like 1.1. With HBO Max. So to hear that they're 900K, they're 900K off of peak Netflix Raw, it's kind of insane.
It's asinine. You have Roman Reigns. You have Brock Lesnar. You have Obafemi. You have Seth Rollins. You even have Just favorite wrestler Danhausen going on the show and putting on 40-minute segments. It's crazy how we have we have to sit here and tolerate. We have to sit here and tolerate just a few minutes We have to sit here and tolerate Triple H going out there and making excuse after excuse after excuse because his job is just so
That's
hard.
not
Because I sit in my
yeah, that's
Connecticut
just
office
hey.
with my millions of dollars that I've made throughout wrestling and owning this company, and I sit
Don't
here with my
forget the steak
TKO
dinner.
buddies, and I have to spend 9 hours a day doing my job, trying to book 3 shows with a bunch of
Don't forget
other
the steak
people
dinner.
in backstage. And you know what I do to cover my head? Do you want to know what I do to cover my behind? I go out there and I make a product called Unreal, and so that way I can go and fish for sympathy from my fans who are criticizing my product fairly. And I fish for sympathy because I'm not putting on the best product of my ability. I fish for sympathy because
Go
I
out
know
there
what
to
I
the
am
internet,
doing is wrong,
shut their
and I have been
mouths,
booked
enjoy
better.
your
I have
roles.
booked better, so I have been booked better, and I have booked better, but I'm not going to hold myself to that same standard despite the ratings falling down negative 35% in this quarter compared to a year ago. When I know that the ratings on Monday Night Raw haven't been the same that they have used to be. Even from a financial perspective, it doesn't make sense. But don't get me started, even though I'm going to start already, about the quality of the show. We have to sit here and watch Monday Night Raw, Monday Night ads, Friday Night SmackDown, Friday commercial SmackDown. It's
If Reach
absolutely
left any
ridiculous
harder,
how we have to
his
sit
shirt
through
is gonna
ad
fly
after
away.
ad after ad after ad and miss match after match after match after match. It's absolutely asinine how we have to go out here and sit here to
I'm about to just go home.
Take
Y'all
all
just
the
let him
buttons
do his
off.
thing.
It's absolutely asinine how we have to sit out here and watch a product that they don't care about. They don't care about giving us the wrestlers that we want to watch because they can go out here and put
He's cutting
Danhausen on for 40 minutes. They don't care
remember
about
Rooster used to
putting on
undress
good
himself?
promo segments
He's-
because
man.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins can call back to the Shield chair for the 5th time this week. It's insane. It's garbage. But I have to sit here and listen to him go after he buys Busted Open Radio. And he can go out there and talk his talk and get Dolph
the chair
Ziggler, Nick
alone.
Nemeth, who he paid
Coughing and shit.
to go out there and say a bunch of baloney, say a bunch of malarkey to co-sign everything he's saying. While he can go out here and say, look, Dave Meltzer, even though I just bought your podcast, even though you were criticizing me 2 weeks ago, not Meltzer, but that the other Dave, right? Look, buddy, I know I can buy your podcast, even though you were criticizing me a few weeks ago, but I'm gonna take it over. And while I'm taking it over, I'm going to do damage control. And I'm going to say my job is so hard because I have to deal with the criticism of people online. And it's just so hard, man. Like, you don't understand the IWC when WrestleBoy 485 says something about me, it just makes my job so hard. And I'm just like, WrestleBoy 845, you don't understand the work I do as the gamer because I go out here in my Connecticut office and I book Monday Night Raw and I book Friday Night SmackDown and it just takes such a mental toll and all his and all his excuses and all of the stuff that he does. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm tired of making excuses for a man who should be responsible for putting on the best show week to week. That's what he should be doing. There is no reason why, with his resources, with his outreach, with his team, the TCUC members sitting in that boardroom office, why they are not going out there and getting the best talent possible, because they already did it. They had Motor City. And what did Motor City do? They upped up, left, took their ball and went to AEW. You want to know what the New Day did? After years of being serviceable, after Kofi Kingston has spent his life going out there and putting on show after show after show after show after show, putting on good matches, after Xavier Woods, one of the most underrated in-ring and on-the-mic talents on the roster, goes out there and sacrifices his body and puts it on the line while Big E is sitting out there also hyping them up. You want to know what WWE does? They don't book them for. They have them do one of the most iconic heel turns ever, and they don't do anything with it. Why wasn't that on Unreal, Triple H? Why don't you do an Unreal segment on that? Huh? Because you know good and well that it's not good enough. The only reason you did your stuff with John Cena is because he's a big enough star to get by with it. And that people just want to tune in to see what happened to Cena in his last year. Because if it was any other superstar who you messed up that bad, it would get no views and no ratings because nobody would care. That's why you didn't do it with the New Day. Because instead of
They
being
just
met with,
they
oh,
they
how
just want
Yeah,
nuanced is
and then
ratings for
this,
their
you'll
new
be met
show,
with a
bro.
bunch of backlash.
then you make
That's
Cena,
why you
and then you
didn't
make
do it with the New Day.
yeah, and then you make Cena. Yeah, and then you make Cena try to do damage control, and he sounds like a complete doofus. He's like, "Oh, that
But that's
match was awful.
that's
That's what I was going
that's
for." It's like
that's
that's the dumbest thing that's ever come out of your mouth. Like,
that's Cena. That's Cena though. Cena is a yes man, bro. He's a robot.
Absolutely, he's a
Yeah,
yes
yeah,
man.
He,
exactly what he
he
is. Unfortunately for me,
he's
Cena
never
Cena
gonna
is a
down
yes
talk and
man, but
that's what
downplay
I'm saying. You got
anything,
that
man.
kind of
thing. They
Hey,
had
hold
Cena
on,
doing
absolutely.
we
But
not
damage
we not
control
but
sitting
too, and
on
he just
John.
made it
We
worse.
hell
funny
no. The
too.
nuke the show. They
Kind of,
All
about to
right,
get on
hey,
my
hey,
go. Production,
are we getting a
yeah,
closing?
we nuking it. I mean,
production,
hey, we're trying to
production.
talk. I mean,
I'm
We're
done.
Hey,
I'm
okay,
done.
Are we
Reese, you
going
Cena
done?
towards
All
puppet.
right,
closing?
No, I mean,
well. Hold on,
I'm saying Cena
everybody,
puppet.
shut up. Host with the most got the motherfucking floor. We about to end this motherfucker. All right, man. I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that came up here today. CD, Mo, Jordan, Maurice, all amazing shows. Thank everybody for popping out to Justified on this Thursday evening with everybody. Talk some wrestling with us. You heard some takes.
Hey,
You
Reese,
heard some
calm down.
good.
Drink
You
some
heard some
water over
bad.
there,
You
man.
heard Maurice go on his daily episode rant. You got to see core values pop out with the shades. Those look good, brother. I like the blue shade. You know what I mean? I like it. You got to
Absolutely.
see Switchblade Jay, and then we also got Mo Rizzy on God. And yeah, you your host with the most. Make sure y'all join us next time. You know what I mean? We'll be back Saturday. And until next time, my brothers and sisters, we out.